Thank you so much for joining us on an episode of Inspired. Today it's just Sasha and I.
Hey.
And we're structuring the podcast a little bit different to give you guys something to look forward to. So basically today, one of our ongoing topics is going to be PMU Court. I think it's so silly.
But fun. I like it.
But fun.
Yeah.
Sasha thinks we need what are those things called? Mallets?
Oh,
no. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Maybe. Like, you know when you slam it and it makes that noise?
Yeah.
What's it called?
You want us to have wigs.
We should have wigs, a whole outfit, a whole thing. I don't know. I think people would tune in.
Oh, my God. We'll get people to watch us on YouTube finally.
Yeah. Vote in the comments if we should wear outfits. Okay.
Or judge outfits. Okay, so I'm not used to reading, but I'm going to read because basically what's going to happen is we're going to talk about PMU like court cases. So I've went on the learning boards and I've found some scenarios, and then I have two different perspectives. So what somebody commented and then what the poster, the one that posted the thing, how they believed, how they saw it.
Okay,
so,
their opinion. Okay.
Yep, two different opinions here. All right, and we're going to be the judges of...
We're going to be the judges, and so were you. So
yeah, I guess we'll let them have
see.
a say. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Okay, so the first one, it says, had a client come in for her first 8-week touch-up, and it took 2 hours mapping.
Oh.
Which is insane. So that means she's already had her brows done, right?
Okay.
So let's get into the full story. It says, she kept insisting higher arch, thicker brows, bring the brows lower, etc. So many changes to her shape. What do you do with clients like this? I only charge $100 for a touch-up, and working 3.5 hours made me feel like I'm working for free. Have we not all been there before?
Ooh, okay.
And then it says, how do I go about this if I ever come across the situation again in the future? How do you handle clients who come for touch-ups and expecting a whole new different look than the initial shape from the first session? She also was staring in the mirror for almost 30 minutes, indecisive on the shape. Okay. So I think this is two different perspectives here. I gave two options. So it says changing, this is what one person's advice was. So person A, let's say, said changing the shape is not a touch-up. If you want to rehaul the brows, it's a full process price all over again. Okay. Option 2 says, wow, I never approached, so she was responding to that first person.
Okay.
So this is a completely different perspective. She said, wow, I have never approached situations in this manner. Client already paid you $500 for the first session. Adjusting a line shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. At that point, or at what point do we stop nickel and diming people in this industry? So we have a client we have an artist that feels like, right, the touch-up procedure took way too long for what it was.
Yeah.
And then we have another person stating basically like...
Okay.
So it's like two totally different. Like, do you charge again? You want to hear something that I used to do a long time ago? Just a little backstory.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, when I first started doing eyeliner, we were taught that, like, off of the initial session, if somebody came in and wanted to go thicker, that we'd charge. So initial session, they had to decide if they were doing lash line or if they were doing wing.
Okay.
Because it's a lot more work to, like, map it out and whatnot, right? I mean, this situation seems like a little different, but in that case, we would charge more for second session. So instead of initial touch-up, I think initial touch-up at the time was like $175.
Okay.
And then we would charge $250 for if they wanted to change the shape. So we would
Makes
charge
sense.
a little more for a touch-up session. So I think that's I felt like that was a little bit of a middle ground.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know about charging $500 all over again.
No, I don't agree with that. But I guess, like, but the second response says she only needed to add a line, right?
The person was stating, like, well, if you just need to add a line, I don't know why you'd charge another $500 because, you know, kind of what I think it comes down to is being in control over your room.
That's hard because, if you're sitting there, that's pretty much doing a whole new procedure again.
That's doing a whole new procedure
if you're changing,
again.
like, the thickness, the shape, the color, like, if it's a whole new thing, I think you just kind of have to be able to speak up and say, hey, like, this is a new procedure again, and I just want to let you know before I move forward, you know, what I'm going to be charging you for this. Yeah,
and do you think, so we're leaning more towards, like, you're on the side of charging more.
Yeah, because there's no way you should even be like your shape should come back, right? Like you should be able just to go in there and say, okay, this is just a color thing. Let me get in.
That's why I was like,
it.
let me be devil's advocate for a second, because do you think it was a mess up then on the artist?
Yes, I think that
from the get go, from day one when she was in there with the consultation, the drawing, the first procedure, like she missed all those things.
Yeah, well, when you were reading the initial thing, I thought to myself, well, what in your techniques made it come back to where the client felt like she needed a whole new brow?
Changes. Yeah, because I mean, I've seen from a couple different perspectives. I mean, this situation isn't new to anybody. You'd be lying if you said you'd never ran into a situation like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've came across it a few times, not so dramatic.
Yeah.
But looking back now, I'm like, oh, I just didn't pinpoint the things. Like, you know, maybe she wanted a higher arch and I was like, talked her out of it slightly, like that's too dramatic. Or maybe she wanted the tail a little longer, but it's never been a whole eyebrow. So I think maybe the communication from the get-go was.
Yeah, I think that if this is something you're consistently seeing in your clientele, you probably should start putting a disclaimer out there then, because then if that's your work to come back and not have the whole brow there just to do a quick touch-up, then that's something I think on the artist side that you're seeing that consistency with your work and say, hey, if it comes back, like you need to let your client know, like, hey, if it comes back and you feel like you need a whole new brow, there's going to be a chance that I charge you a whole new, right? Be upfront about it, because obviously your work is showing the fact that they're not coming back with a full brow, you know?
I had a thought. And then
but if it's like here and there and it's just happening kind of like, you know, with certain people, then I just don't think like an hour in, you probably should like say something like, hey, this is taking a little too long. Let's, you know, get control back of your room and just say, like, we need to make a decision. If not, maybe we need another day.
So good at talking. Us as artists, we're like, meltdown.
Well, I'm sure if I was the artist in there, it's easy because I'm not you know, it's not me in the room ever. But yeah, an hour in, I would say, hey, like, if we can't decide, maybe we need to reschedule you to a different day.
How many times have I been like, we're not doing this today? Like, I just get to a point because I feel like I can't use my words correctly. I'm like, this is taking too long. I don't think you need to get your brows done today.
Yeah, and if they were, like, frustrated enough to post that tells me maybe it's happening more than often and not just with one person.
So do you think, because I try to see, like, when things are happening, especially if they're, like, repeating themselves, like, do you think that the artist then, do we learn from that situation, and does she eat it in the moment and learn and make notes as to like what may have got her to that point, versus like throwing it all on the client? Because I see sometimes they just throw all of it on the client. I'm like, yeah, but the client, like, did you do this and this and this and this and this? And then half the time, no, you didn't, because maybe you're a newer artist and that's okay. But then in the moment, should you know, it sucks you lost 3 hours of your time, but do you just eat it in the moment and learn from it and move forward how to adjust accordingly?
I think if you're not willing to speak up, you kind of have to eat it in the moment.
Yeah.
And if you don't think, and if that's happening all the time, up your prices then so you don't feel that way.
Yeah.
When you're in there for 3 hours.
I think a lot of people are still not charging for touch-ups. If you're not charging for touch-ups, you need to be charging for touch-ups, because I just personally think, well, way back when we were taught like, oh, like you don't include a touch-up because what if you get stuck with a crazy, like then you're legally bound to that person. So I've always just been scared, like, oh God, if I get a crazy, I don't want to have to give them a touch-up. I want to be able to like, nope, I fulfilled my end of the deal, like you go get your touch-up somewhere else. I don't care.
That's really smart.
Now I don't usually I don't usually approach it that way. Obviously it's a little more gentle, but I feel like I just was so like scared to include it because of that situation. But I think some people don't charge enough for like $100 for touch up. You're not getting me into the studio for $100. Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
it's not with your time, your product, like all of that. It's just not worth it. Yeah.
No, like our touch ups are what, $250?
Yep.
Yeah. So I just you're not getting me out of bed for anything less.
Yeah. No, I agree. So what's the judge ruling on
I know.
this?
I was gonna say, what is the judge ruling? I'm going with no charge.
Yeah, I think you just eat it, learn from it, and just make sure it's not happening all the time.
I agree. All right. We got case number 2. We're moving right along here. Case number 2. I didn't even read this one, so you guys are reading this right along with me. It says, client purchased my Groupon offer for lip blush, which is almost half price. Oh, gosh, a Groupon. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. I really didn't read this. It was late last night when I was looking through these. She was advised that she will need to take an antiviral and has reached out to her general practitioner. I had to also email her GP as they were asking about dosage, etc., per her request. Okay. My email to them stated that the tablets are a preventative measure and that as I am not a medical professional, I can't suggest a dosage, as I also don't have her detailed medical conditions or in-depth history or medication, and only what she's put on the consultation form. The GP, so the doctor, replied saying that the lip blush isn't listed on BFN. I don't know what that is. What? Oh, she said a website detailing all the drugs uses, etc. Okay. They can't prescribe it. I have a friend who is an RN and is able to prescribe the tablets, and I have advised the client of this and the cost that's involved. She just messaged to say that as she can't get the tablets and she can't afford to pay for the prescription, so she needs to cancel. She is otherwise suitable. Patch test was done. Shade picked out. I have presented her with options on how to source the tablets. But my question is, should I just refund her or not? Okay.
Okay,
this made my brain, because
there's a lot going on here. Okay.
So this one just is her perspective.
Okay.
But she's asking if she should refund or not.
Okay.
This makes my brain hurt. There's a lot of things in this making my brain hurt.
Yeah.
Groupon makes my brain hurt. Telling your client, sorry, I know we got another artist in here that's going to join us in a moment, but telling your artist they have to take an antiviral, in my opinion, no. You can't do that. Like, you can suggest it, which she did a pretty good job, like going back and telling them, like, you know, I'm not the doctor. You tell them how much to take, right?
Yeah.
So she did do okay there. But as far as like getting to the point of again, I think it comes down to, sorry, I just keep talking, but it comes down to communication in a sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's almost as like you have to take this, but now it's like backpedaling a little bit. Like, well, you don't have to because now I can offer you a refund if you can't get it. Like, she's like kind of saying she has to take it, but kind of like saying, well, you can't get it, so we can't do it, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a tough one.
All right. So from the get-go.
Well, when did the cancellation happen? What's your policy?
Those details aren't here. Yeah, what are the policies?
What's your policy? Because, I mean, so the client's not willing to take it, pretty much, right?
So it sounds like that she can't afford it to get it because, you know, if you don't have insurance, that stuff's expensive, right?
Yeah, and I just don't think that's the right client for you or the right artist for you because, one, as a client, why would you even want to take that risk with yourself? You know, like, if you can't take the medication, then I don't think lip blushing should be something that you do right now. Wait until you can afford both if you know that's something that happens to you.
Shit. From the get-go, during the consultation, I'm saying, do you get cold sores? It's on my form. You actually say on my form twice in the medical pre-screen form. So it's on my form written two different ways because half the time they'll say yes and no in different places.
Yeah.
So I'm saying from the get-go, I think that's where it was messed up. Like, from the get-go, she should have told her client, like, hey, I noticed that you circled, you know, it's fine. You get cold sores, cool. Hey, just so you know, I recommend you pre-medicating. My other clients do so with results, but you don't have to. But I'm going to tell you that if you don't, you're going to get a cold sore outbreak and your lips are going to heal patchy. The color might not be even and we might have to do a touch-up. It's going to do it all over again. So it's your decision. Yeah. You tell me now if that's how you want to move forward or not.
Yeah, because the artist was like, okay, well, if you're not going to, then, like, we're canceling pretty much.
Yeah, so I think they should have gotten the same page from the get-go.
Yeah, and I don't think forcing your client to have to do something like that is...
I don't like prescriptions. I don't like medication.
Right. Yeah.
So if somebody told me I had to take it, I probably would just say, then I don't want to do the procedure.
Yeah, it's not the artist for you. Yeah, because some people don't take medication for like religious factors, you know, or just, you know, like.
Oh, that's true.
They just don't like to. Like, you can't really force someone to do something, you know. So, I just think it comes down to, you should refund her.
Yeah,
and go on about your day. I don't think the headache is ever worth it.
No.
And it's just not your client. You never touched her. Give her money back. Go on about your day and, you know, make it something that communication, again, you're more upfront with in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, refund or not. Yeah, definitely. I feel like refund.
Yeah,
just
why
refund
wouldn't you?
And move
You didn't
on with your
tattoo her.
life. Yeah. Well, maybe she waited till the last minute or something, you know, from both sides.
True,
but that's again back to your...
But they're talking to each other. It's not like she was just like, well, did all this and is like decided, okay, I'm not doing it.
Well, their system and processes, they should have known. Yeah, like from the get-go what was going on there. It's like you missed it with the consultation, and then with us now we do that pre-appointment form that they have to initially. So you missed it now second time. Yeah. So you had 2 times that's at least. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she booked the girl the follow. Maybe she had the consult and then booked the girl the next day.
Yeah, maybe
if she did that. But still, I'm sorry. Yeah. Again, eat it.
I think definitely when it comes to lip procedures, like I think you're really good at like, you know, giving all of the factors up front, and then you see them 80% of the time in person. Yeah. You know, so it's like that conversation I think never gets skipped, so we don't run into that issue. Yeah. But I
think it's nice too because I've tried to, if you try to see lips in photos, it's hard.
Yeah, and I think because they're out of town, we may do that or something like that. But
they got to be like perfect baby doll pink lips for me to say yes, because otherwise, even the ones from out of town, I'm like, we can book you for this, but the lips on pause. Like we just have to see like what your lips actually look like.
Yeah,
I'm real particular about lips, but.
So judge ruling is refund her.
Yeah.
Make sure your form is better in the beginning, and just going about your day.
Yeah.
Not all money's not all good money. So just don't get the headache.
Oh, it's funny you say that. That's for our next podcast episode.
Is it?
So
okay.
we will end there.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys found this helpful, you guys feel free to submit your questions to us, and we'll tell you our thoughts on the process.
We want to debate and get opinions on things. So
it's kind of hard to find stuff on Facebook groups because people don't like. I was telling her earlier, like the industry's become a little soft.
Yeah,
it's like not too many people are saying real opinions, so I had to dig to find just those two. So. Yeah, if you guys are in a dilemma, not sure which route to go, ask us. We'll put it in PMU Court.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. See you later. Thank you so much.
Judges adjourn.
Yeah,
what's it called?
And whatever
whatever that thing is.
Ding.
We need a sound effect for it, but like, comment, share, subscribe, guys.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.